The College of Arts and Sciences at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga proudly celebrates and champions liberal education, an approach to teaching and learning that aims to liberate the mind from naivete and habit by emphasizing a broad and well-rounded course of study in the humanities, the fine arts, and the social, behavioral, and natural sciences. A liberal education prepares students to think critically and creatively, to communicate clearly, and to reflect on complexity, diversity, and change along our social, cultural, technological, and scientific horizons.
It's very clear that we're living in a global society. It's important that we know about other cultures, that we understand different customs and languages, and really have a perspective as to why the world moves in the way it does. Our students will be citizens of the world when they graduate through the College of Arts and Sciences.
A liberal education cultivates, for an individual, strong intellectual as well as practical skills. For example, written and communication skills are central to our programs. Analytical skills, information literacy, and problem-solving skills are a real hallmark of our graduates. What that means is our students are able to make sense of not only their own lives through art, literature, philosophy, sociology, anthropology, the behavioral and social sciences, as well as the natural sciences, mathematics and statistics too. They cultivate that sense of social responsibility in that they have to think about not only their own experiences, but the lived experiences of others.
The College of Arts and Sciences includes a wide and diverse array of programs of study here at UTC.
In my mind, most gen ed programs give students the opportunity to experience different habits of mind. We allow students to have a philosophical habit of mind or a scientific habit of mind. And once you get into a particular discipline, you can't really do that anymore. And I think we need all of those habits of mind to make a good citizen, and a lot of people want to talk about a good worker. What I get requests for is people who can be both philosophical and creative and scientific and be able to make graphs. And I think gen ed is the place, one of the last places that you get a chance to dabble in a lot of different fields before you have to choose.
We try to give them as much experience as we can. For example, if you're getting a BA, you'll have to complete a foreign language. If you are in a degree like mathematics or science, you'll still have to take some courses outside of that in the arts or the humanities. And I think that makes a difference in the kind of student you are when you leave. You're not just a student anymore. You're a person prepared to step out and become part of society.
The great value of undergraduate research is that it allows both the students and the faculty to take that learning outside of the classroom and really put some real-world skills to it. So it really is sort of a preparation for life as opposed to a preparation for a specific discipline. They're using those skills that they learn in the classroom in the real world. So whether it's doing analysis and then being able to read certain types of documents, what they're doing is they're becoming part of a larger conversation. They're learning how to speak to different types of people, field different types of questions that tend to be from people who are outside of the classroom, who are other than their professors.
Your professors are doing research. They are engaged in academic, scholarly activities that they probably need help with. And the best way to get involved in undergraduate research, I think, is to ask your professor if they need help.
I think it's crucial to art pedagogy that our faculty are practicing artists, that they are engaged in that broader art world, participants in that. Students then see what it means to be a professional artist, not just learning information, but see models of vital, vibrant, even progressive practice.
The students will be with us for 3, 4, 5 years, and then they move out into the world. And we feel a responsibility to make sure that our students understand what that transition means and what it means to engage professionally in the world as an artist, and the the ways that that happens here with artists, artist organizations, facilities, programs that operate outside the institution, and through that they're getting access to a lot of other voices, a lot of other ideas, and they're being challenged in ways that are different than the way that we challenge them in the university.
Training musicians to perform is training them to understand music in the most internalized way. It is impossible to convey something that you don't have intrinsic knowledge of. So by training students to perform, we are training them to become better able to create and lead the musical experience for those around them and for themselves.
We have 7 departments that have graduate programs. This includes the Department of Political Science and Public Service with its Master of Public Administration program, Environmental Sciences, Criminal Justice, English, Music, Math, Psychology. These play a critical part due to the fact of the work of the faculty and also from the work of some of our graduate students in terms of bringing visibility to the university, but also in development of careers, life after graduate school, in the development of the students.
So there's a whole array when we talk about research that is important to graduates and their experience. For, let's say, master's students, traditional master's students, it kind of gives them a taste of what maybe you are interested in this particular topic, and you might want to move into this particular field. This kind of gives you a taste of and a little flavor of what you might be interested in doing, so you can move on if you want to, or it can help you to identify that you don't want to go into academia, but you might want to go into industry, and you have that level of expertise to go into industry. It's a special kind of person that can do that sort of thing.
There are 2 or 3 different things you get from study abroad. I would say one of the most important things is linguistic competence, but from a more holistic viewpoint, I would say that just having a broader worldview and seeing how people do things in different places, getting to know people firsthand from a different culture is just very eye-opening for students.
The college strives to retain students, increase graduation rates, and stay connected with our graduates. In these efforts, we emphasize strong advisement as we mentor our undergraduate and graduate students.
Well, it's kind of like getting on the train and trying to figure out, are you on board with me? And then all of a sudden, when you realize they're on board, that's the reward I'm getting for the past couple of weeks. Sometimes things don't go the way you want it in higher education. Life happens. There are barriers that are going to happen in life, but we all are going to get through them, because I'm going to hold your hand a little bit and show you the path that I went through, and you're going to come through this journey as well.